All right, Gemini, thank you for joining me. I've got your mid-August reading. Gemini, last month, your reading. You guys took it on the chin. Well done, you. I think it takes a Virgo, the other side of that Mercury planet, to really figure out and call you out. And I think you've been in this funk for a minute, Gemini. And I guess what that August reading was more of a SOS. Not a wicked game, I promise. Oh, what an interesting song to come up. I hope that wasn't long enough to get in trouble. Who knows? Anyway, Tarot and Romance Oracles this month for you. Let's get some messages for the sign of Gemini for mid-month, August 2021. I think you're kind of preparing for Mercury retrograde the same way Virgo is, Gemini. You're the third sign in the zodiac. Virgo's the sixth. It does take two of you to make one Virgo. So if a Virgo calls you out, it's almost that like wake up call, SOS, that you kind of secretly want them to. And I feel like you've been in this funk for a minute, Gemini, and it's almost like, can you snap out of it already? Because I kind of miss the real you. Now, for Virgo to tell you they miss you is really saying something, because we don't really miss anyone. We are the lone wolf, we are the hermit. We move in silence and we move alone. We don't need the bandwagon or the entourage. It would be nice, Gemini, to see you back where you belong. It's been a minute. Where are you? Could you be hanging out in this prison of your own making, backed into a corner, quite doubtful, really quite paranoid, a little bit stuck? It's quite chaotic, even though there's nothing really going on. If this Eight of Swords has been the state of mind for you, Gemini, I think mid-August is really going to urge you to try and get back to, and Nine of Pentacles under that, get back to a place where you feel a bit royal again. King of Wands, I'd take a lesson from Leo season, and I would really pay a little bit of attention where it's really necessary, and that might be the state of your mind. Mental health, physical health, spiritual health. Paying attention to the self, bringing the focus back on the self. It's kind of seeing where it is that you might have suspended yourself, your luck, your blessings, your fortune, by this woe is me, paranoid, like really, really quite. It's not you. I mean, you're a mutable sign, you're a mutable air sign, you've got to move around. That's what you guys do. Speaking of moving around, I'm going to call the cards out. Knight of Swords, Temperance, the Hierophant. Oh, spiritual intervention, we love to see that. The Page of Pentacles, slow moving however. Dun dun dun, a Hermit card of course. Five of Cups. Now, I tried to record this once already, and I think this is the oncoming Mercury retrograde. I think something happened, and I had to restart the video. Five of Cups. This card has already come up. The Eight of Pentacles, and this lovely energy of the King of Cups. There's a lot of support here, Gemini. Don't mind the truck, guys. There is a lot of support in this reading in mid-August, especially when it comes to your clique, your support group, your support network. Predominant fire energy is Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius again. I've got Taurus, I've got King of Cups, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and I've got Virgo. Gemini, you might need to make a rather quick and swift, active decision about moving on from something that has felt quite limiting, something that's had you quite limited, stuck, and really quite viewing the situation, I think, perhaps a lot worse than it actually is. But however, it's really pulling you into a vibration that is of feeling stuck. You've got to figure out how this journey, this movement forward that you know that you really need to take at this point, be it research, be it an actual move, be it actual like cutting ties with something and moving forward into something, even if that means switching up your frame of mind. The Temperance card it could be a card of partnerships with the Hierophant card here. It could be a marriage that you're racing towards. I definitely see the King of Cups here. This is perhaps racing towards marriage with a divinely guided partner, a soulmate. It's been slow, Taurian energy. It's been slow. It's been a process, a bit of a laborious process, but I think if anything you could say that you have definitely checked all the cues. There is a little gap just before Mercury going retrograde where you are deciding actively to take a pause and pull away to resolve trauma that you've needed to work on for a long time. And I would truly say that while we're in this fixed fire sign, there's enough fuel, there's enough energy, there's enough spiritual support, energetic support, cosmic support, divine support. There is enough support here for you, Gemini. A lot of fire energy, especially Sagittarius and Virgo and Taurus. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio also. Taurus is heavy here. You are given a chance to transmute things that may have felt really binding and really quite imprisoning. And the cue is to reach out to this Virgo who might be able to help illuminate this path of not crying over spilt milk, being a lot more accepting of what has got to now move on, which might be your perspective, which might be a shift in your consciousness. It might mean that gratitude is something that you have to really focus on right now, because the more you're working on the self, the more you're soul searching, the more you're really taking your time with it. Why not? You know? At least you know that there is a focus, a drive, a direction, something that you know that you've got to work on. And if I was you, I would commit to it as a life decision, because I really just feel as if there are factors that have been so heavily imbued into your subconscious that it is going to take a minute to really pull yourself out of this Eight of Swords properly. But what I would consider is right now Venus and Gemini, the divine Venus and Mars, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, are currently in the sign of the healer. The two Gemini make the one Virgo. So this is a spiritual evolution where you're gonna have to pull back inwards. Because I do think as much support as there is around you, you will have to take the lead when pushed in a direction of healing. You will have to take the cue. You will have to move forward. You will have to present a active, proactive approach to the support that comes in mid-August. Reflecting back on things that may have contributed to these feelings of being stuck, these feelings of paranoia, of doubt, of just really the world closing in on you. There is 2 cups behind you, which means that there is always another way out. It's merely a shift of perspective. And if this is the end of a job, if this is the end of a relationship, if this is the end of something that you know has had you construct, like suffocating even. The support you need from the people that love you is present. Fire and water energy. There's work to be done, Gemini. There is work to be done. And I don't think you shy away from work, because that mind of yours, it needs to be used in a better way, because it is a Mercury mind, okay? And that's kind of superhuman. So please figure out a way of coming out of the swords, coming out of the cold, because you're not alone, okay? There's plenty of people here that love you, and they want to help you, and they want to be there for you, and make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. This could be romantic. It could even be towards your friends. It could be making the effort, just being able to be like, okay, you know what? I'm trying to take everything on myself, and it's kind of not my responsibility to do that. So I'm going to start delegating, but I'm not going to do it in an asshole bossy way. Please work with me on this one, and let's figure out a productive way of doing this. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. I spoke to Aries about this earlier, and this is something that is so funny, because yesterday I was somewhere in nature, and like my mind kept going all these different places, and where I was, the nature, like, it kept bringing me back to now. It was like, listen, pay attention to where you're at right now, because you could hurt yourself otherwise. You might fall over. It can be a bit dangerous. Do you know what I mean? But nature kept bringing me back to the moment, this minute. And it's being mindful in the minute. It's being aware of where you're at right now, and what needs to be done right now, and what's the best way for me to do it, because I need to enjoy this moment. And instead of living in the future, and instead of living in the past, if I can make the best of this moment right now, I know that I've been successful in contributing towards a better tomorrow. And committing to the moment, and being aware and mindful of your mood, or being mindful of the way that you're coming across, or being mindful of your own energy in the moment, and being present with it, I think is just going to bring so much more joy into your life. You not only attract romantic love, but you attract whatever you want by enjoying this moment fully. And I do feel like you're being guided right now to reach out to certain people. You're being guided to take a step back. You're being guided towards the people that you know you can trust, because they've proven to you that they're not full of shit. So reach out if you need to. Book a reading if you want to. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I just feel like there's a lot of healing that's going to be happening across the zodiac cycle. Venus and Mars, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, the mother and the father, the yin and the yang, the divine counterparts are in the sign of the freaking healer. the double Gemini, like, there's a lot of powerful, powerful, powerful healing illumination that is available for those that wish to go on this journey of true cleaning and clearing up and changing up the perspective and really coming and alchemizing. Really getting present with source energy, God energy, really getting present in the moment and really being able to ride those ebbs and flows and not flinching, not being in this moment of limitedness. It is very limited. Like, get unlimited. And you're kind of being pushed to be limitless. This is that hermit energy. It goes on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Because it's light, it's illumination. New love and wedding. This situation involves marriage and new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I think that says what it says, doesn't it? I think there is healing to do, because the moment you start feeling good in the moment again, past life relationship, you've known each other before. Listen, for some of you, this is reconciliations. But for others, I think if you're married to someone and you've been through a period where things have been quite shit, I do feel like there is, with this King of Cups and this King of Wands energy, I think there's enough support here presently. And even if you reach out to the right people, the ones you know you can trust, or counselors, marriage counselors, or teachers, guides, whoever, the support is something you need to get. And there's no shame in that. That's why we're here. Healing family issues, new love, and wedding. Some of you are meeting a new person, and I do think that it's going to come after a period of healing and feeling like life is attractive again. Others of you are going to have to use this healing time to really resolve your inner child and do some inner child work and go back as far as you can and really hold that little version of you, that child version of you. Trust in the deja vus, trust in the synchronicities, trust in the signs that are showing themselves to you right now, Gemini, because I do feel like this is a very poignant moment in time. That Leo new moon / Lionsgate as a one that's in a lifetime kind of deal. And we walked through that, and there is this new paradigm. And for those that love you, really kind of miss you. Where have you been? The Hermit card shows up here because ultimately you are a part of this energy. And we are all interlinked and we are all intertwined, and you got to reach out and you've got to make an active decision to move on from what's gone. Let bygones be bygones, and fully commit to the work that needs to be done by being present in this moment, by attracting what you want, by making the effort that you know that your heart's leading you to take, by healing. And let your family be the beginning of that. You know, if there are members of your family that you need to reach out to resolve certain things that have been perhaps going on for way longer than they need to, I say do it. I say turn to the divine in this moment and seek help from him. I say shift that perspective by really working on how abundant you are and not on the limits. And I say really, truly focus in on new love if it presents itself to you, but come at it from a really emotionally balanced place where you're back in your charisma and you have that dynamic Gemini panache. you good sports for last month's readings. And there is a lot of love behind that message. I hope we have an understanding. I know we do. Anyway, my love to you. Book a reading, Rubyreadstarot.com, and have a beautiful end of August. Bye-bye now.